It is unfortunate that I did not even have to wait for the news to tell me who had done these terrible things. I and just about anybody else with half a brain knew who was behind the attack the moment it was on the news. It was young, unemployed, Islamic men of Middle Eastern descent. Perhaps even men who had been living in the country for some time, perhaps even more than just several years. I want you all to open your eyes and recognize this fact. The men who have perpetrated these attacks fit the description of the majority of Syrian refugees currently being led into Europe and other Western countries. This does not mean that every single Syrian refugee is going to be a threat, but no amount of action by peaceful individuals can outweigh the damage which can be done by a small handful of violent individuals. What I am saying is that it is not worth bringing in thousands and thousands of peaceful refugees when hundreds of them will almost inevitably turn to violence and extremism, and ultimately harm and destabilize society. It takes time to assimilate. It takes a long time to assimilate. If you let too many people of one culture in, they do not assimilate. Here is your real-world example. It is one of many. They form their own underground culture where in some cases they are even untouchable by the domestic culture of that country and people. They become untouchable by local authorities because even the authorities are too scared to tread into neighborhoods which have pretty much become small nations enacting Sharia law. Prepare yourselves because these attacks will become more common as a result of various decisions made by Europe and other westernized countries to let in more refugees. I am not surprised that this happened. I was in Paris a few years back and saw with my own eyes how you can see communities of Middle Eastern and African heritage acting completely separate from the greater society. They do not assimilate. They will not assimilate. They have not come to find the new home. They have come to build their old world on top of ours. It may be unintentional, but it is a sort of human nature to want to change what you do not understand and what does not go along with your beliefs. White Europeans did not do this, though indirectly they did. Everyone who blindly supports the mass importation of individuals with radically different morals and statistically significant trends to violence is partially to blame for this attack. They are partially to blame for every attack, for every rape, for every murder committed by unassimilated immigrants. And they will be the ones to blame for every attack, rape, and murder yet to come. It takes time to assimilate. The European and Western politicians who are greedy for votes and the bleeding-hearted liberals are allowing their own people to be killed. I am disgusted, and I am angry. Let this be a lesson and a warning of things to come. Look into the facts. Put aside your emotions and use your reason. People are dying, and more people will die. It takes time for immigrants with radically different ideologies to assimilate. You are bringing pain to Europe, and if you continue to bring pain you may bring war. I say again, here is your real-world example of what happens when you let too many different-minded people in. Here is your real-world example. It is one of many, and unfortunately many yet to come.